welcome back to From the Source podcast, episode 24. And today we're going to be taking it right back to the start for most people, or for everyone. Everyone's got to start somewhere. For me, this was maybe when I was like 15 or 16, but we're going to go back all the way to first gym visit, first time ever set foot in a gym. And for anyone who's not started that journey yet, what you can expect on that first day, stepping into the gym. If that's like a High Rock specific gym, a general commercial gym like JD and stuff like that, or like a CrossFit gym. So we're going to go all the way back to the start and how you can get past that first day of anxiety, or even maybe that first week. So we're going to break down exactly what you'll expect on that first day and how to stay confident and how to make sure you get the best out of your workout and not sit in a corner and never get yourself off a bench press or whatever you're doing out of a squat rack. So a lot of people have anxiety when they first go, and probably if I was to think back all those years, probably I was for the first time going back in as a skinny little 15, 16-year-old and walking through the doors, and it's pretty daunting, and you want to go to the gym because all your mates are, or you're looking up to lads above you and they're a lot bigger and you want to get bigger and stuff. At the time for me, I was playing like football and rugby and stuff, so I had to be bigger or be stronger. And back then it was more bodybuilding. Like Gymshark had just started, so it was about like how you looked rather than, how it is now in terms of everything's about using the weights properly, strength and power, and how you can be explosive rather than just be absolutely massive and jacked and stuff. You're obviously going to feel nervous on that first day. You go, it's quite daunting just signing up. Feel like you're signing your life away. But it's good to do that because doing so will make you accountable. So obviously you're going to pay a monthly fee, you're going to buy all the gear. You can't just keep paying people 30 quid a month and not turning up. It's going to be a daunting first day, and that's to be expected. But the main thing to realise is that everyone in that gym is pretty much doing their own workout, and they're not really looking at you. But in your mind, obviously, you're going to think, everyone's staring at me, they can tell I'm a newbie, everything, but no one's really bothered. It's all in your head. So obviously you'll turn up, you'll meet the people you have to do to sign up. They'll probably give you a tour around the gym if you not already have one, short induction if you want one optionally. Obviously teach you how to use certain kit or find out what kind of goals you want to go for, what kind of, genre of fitness you want to go into. I can't think what it is like. So if you want to do like High Rocks, CrossFit, bodybuilding, stuff like that. So obviously they'll point you in the right direction for that. So most of these are free. The inductions show you obviously the change rooms and then just leave you to it. And obviously they'll try and sell you their PT courses and stuff or plans, which might be a good thing to do to start with. So if someone else has done it, they know what they're doing, and you can just follow that plan for 8 to 10 weeks if you really wanted to, building up your confidence. So obviously you don't need to bring a lot. Obviously your phone, headphones if you wear them, then water and like a towel if you wanted to, if you're going to get sweaty, and that's pretty much it. So when I did it all those years ago, it was at DW gym actually, but I just went that first, I think it was like even like the first week, I didn't even do a plan. I just made sure I did a few exercises around the gym that kind of took me around the gym, and you build up more confidence and got used to certain kits and stuff like that. And obviously you can get talking to people if you want to, or you can just put your headphones in and turn up, do it and go home. But treat that first session or week as a bit of an exploration of the gym, and don't put too much pressure on yourself to be straight into it and looking to build up to your max bench press and stuff like that. It's a trial run to start with. Get yourself in it, because as I've said, like even in previous episodes about going to the gym or going running, and you're buying all the gear, you put so much pressure on yourself that you just end up burning out before you've even started. So once you get past this initial like, why am I here, what am I doing type thing, and you work out like what the gym does and what it can do for you and what you're interested in, only then that you'll find it less intimidating and start that fitness journey. So when I went to DW, it was set up differently in terms of what kind of gyms I would go to now, but had a massive area for, they usually split them into like cardio zones, weight zones, free weight zones, and then DW had like a pool and a change room and stuff, but that's how they're usually set out. So I'm not going to sit here and tell everyone how to suck eggs, but obviously if it's the first time going to the gym, back then, I'm trying to think like what the internet really looked like. It's not even that long ago, but it is 15 years ago, but there wasn't as many pictures. Instagram doesn't exist. You can obviously map out the layout of the gym before you even go now. You could just speak to people, obviously email them and stuff like that, but the DW that I used to go to, that's now the JD, has obviously it's got like CrossFit zone, it's got Hyrux zone with like sleds and stuff like that, and then it's got like the cardio C2 machines, and then all the weights and free weights are still where they are, but they're all in the same area, apart from I think Hyrux has thrown a spanner into the works alongside CrossFit. There's like those specific sections where there's a small area of all the equipment condensed into one spot, making it easier to do the EMOM workouts or Hyrux sim stations and stuff like that. Like I said, start on what's most comfortable and kind of work from there. I think going to that Hyrux zone might be a good place for you to still be in your own little bubble without the pressure of loads of people watching. You've got all the equipment you need there. And then obviously venture out when you start doing your specific training into the cardio zones where there's like treadmills, C2 bikes, skis, rows, cross trainers. I'm trying to think what else is in the gym, like steppers. There's like the ladder steppers. These are sort of pictures that I've seen on JD and stuff, but there's loads there. And this is all different depending on what gym you want to go to. Gym I used to go to, it's like a CrossFit gym, very small, but it's similar, just all in little zones that just help people if you want to do specific stuff. So obviously you've got the free weights where you've got dumbbells, barbells, benches. Those for like your bodybuilders and stuff like that, squat racks. But then obviously, as I say, you progress into doing specific training to benefit like your later goal of you wanting to be a Hyrux or a CrossFit person and stuff like that. So there's loads of areas, but use Instagram or TikTok or whatever that people use now, Snapchat. So it's just finding your way around the gym. And obviously if you're having your induction when you first go in, they should obviously be showing you all this. It's very rare that they just let you loose on all the equipment. Unless you're telling them that, I've been to a gym load and stuff like that, then they'll just sit back on the desk probably. But there's a bit I put down here, which is something I do, but obviously not everyone doesn't do this, which is like the gym etiquette. And I only do this now because of like workouts I used to do that were Hyroxy based, where you're pissing with sweat and it's tough workouts and you're sweating all over the equipment, wiping down the equipment and stuff probably before you use it, depending on what you're using, but definitely after. You'll get PTs and people that work in the gym that'll bang on about this, but wiping down kit, sweaty benches, if you used it like that, if you create like a puddle on the floor on top of the ski erg machine and stuff, just make sure you wipe it away, because no one wants to pick up. I don't want to pick up like some sweaty handles for a warm up and they're just covered in people's sweat. But my gripe all the way back then, if I go back to DW again, was people just like hogging machines. It used to be like 4 or 5 lads to a machine and they'd say, I'm only doing one set and there's 5 of them left, and it just take forever. They sit on the phones and chat and it just drive you mad, which would add to your workout, which back then it'd take an hour and a half to do a simple like chest and back day and stuff like that. So I'm glad that doesn't exist anymore, really. And I go to gyms where there's just loads of kit and it's just really easy to access. But a massive gripe that people all over every gym that will go on about is PTs do. See videos all the time about just putting your weights back. So people will not put the weights back. People will put loads of plates on the squat rack, squat it, look really cool, and then leave 4 20s either side, which is great. And you think, you're just picking 20s off, but what about if you've got someone who can't really lift that, or even just pulling 1 plate off at a time? Got to pull 8 plates off. It takes forever. So it's just about being considerate to people that are going to be using the kit after you. Dumbbells that go like walking, obviously, all the dumbbells you'll see in every single gym will go up in weight, but people just put the 12s where the 40s are and put 110 over there and drop one on the floor, and it's just being a bit courteous about things. But I'm no gym owner. I can speak about this experience from when I go to the gyms and stuff, and it's just things are everywhere. But maybe that's just me wanting everything just in the place. And then I've made a note here for personal space. That's from my side, being like more considerate about when you're doing like your hierarchy type workout. Obviously you get loads of kit out and it does take up a decent part of a gym, but it's just being aware that you don't need to take over the entire gym. Other people obviously got to train there. It's not like your home gym. So keep yourself in your lane and respect other people's personal space, because some people don't want to be around people that are all over the gym and sweaty and stuff. They just want to come in, do their own thing. So it's just like simple basics to kind of nail. And then all of that is to be considered before you do your first workout. And as I've done on like previous episodes, I've done like a little simple 30-minute like beginner workout and stuff. So I'll put this in the description of the videos and stuff, but just a little warm up. So you do a little cycle on a C2 bike. So what I normally do, Echo bike's good, gets the heart rate up. Quick little like warm up stretch of the specific areas that you're going to train. And then there's just an easy kind of hitting every muscle group weight in one go. So you can do like leg press, 3 sets of 10, or you could do squats. Leg press just keeps it simple, so there's not a lot of technique involved in that if you're just starting off, whereas like a squat is getting in the right positions and body positions and keeping your head up and your back arched and not squatting too low but squatting low enough, and there's a lot involved. So leg press, just simple, sitting down, push away, let it come back, push away, 3 sets of 10. Lat pull down, so obviously that's just a bar. You're pulling it up from above your head down like to your chest and back up. Chest press, so instead of like the bench press where you've obviously, same again, more of a complex movement with a bar and it's free weights and stuff. Chest press, obviously you just lie on a bench, 2 handles to hold and just push up, push out, come back. But it's like fixed, so you can't really go wrong. You can't drop on your face, you can't trap yourself under the bar, nothing like that. And then a plank, so it's 3 rounds of 30 seconds, or you can do 6 rounds of 15 seconds, little breaks in between. And planks it's the top part of a press up. So obviously when you press down to the chest of the floor and then push up, once you're in that position, that's what you hold. Keep your back straight, feet on the floor. Simple workout that'll just hit, you got legs, back, chest, core, done. So that's 20-25 minutes. And then that's something to build on. So then when you're going back, doing different sessions, you can do just chest, just arms, but then you can go like more complex and train like how most people seem to train now in terms of that circuit, CrossFit-y, hierarchy style. So you can add in like a row or a ski and stuff like that. But when you're first starting off, do just a rowing session, just a ski session, just a leg session. Then once you get more confident, combine those. So if you're doing like a row, if you want it to blow your legs out and stuff, you want to obviously be doing like legs, like leg weights and stuff. So your squats, your deadlifts, like your leg presses and stuff. Whereas your skis, which obviously going to tax your breathing a bit more, you could do skis, add a run in, pull down, bit of chest, bit of arms, abs. So there's loads of different things you can do, but you just play around with it. So obviously after you've done that circuit, quick cool down, 5 minutes like a gentle stretch, or like back onto the bike, less intensity, get in the car, job's done, off you go. Then add into it like your nutrition at home and your rest and recovery and stuff, and then you're absolutely laughing. So you can track the workouts if you wanted to on like apps, or just make notes. And then that's when you start getting into PT plans and stuff and doing this for 8-10 weeks and building yourself up. Is that like more based on cardio, or is it based on strength? This is where you then choose your line of work, if you will, and build from there. So it's obviously a first workout for anyone, but there's obviously loads of different workouts you can do. It's easier than you think to plan a workout once you've gone to the gym and made yourself aware of the kit that's on offer. Make sure you're focusing on yourself when you're obviously training. Probably goes without saying, doesn't it? But For some people it doesn't. It's not like the gym's obviously for you, but it's not like a comparison contest where you see people in front of the, I don't think many people do this anymore. I've not seen it for ages, but people standing in front of the mirrors, tensing and grunting and making a big deal of themselves. Just ignore them people. Go to the gym, do what you've got to do, meet new people if you want to, speak to people, train with people, and let it grow from there. But or you could do what I did when I was 15, 16 and just put my headphones on, go in the gym, do what I need to do, go home. It's pretty easy, but it depends on how you like to train. The other side of it now is obviously being older. I like to talk to people, get to know people, train with people if I like similar levels, and that's how I like to do it. Don't want to be lonely anymore. But set small goals is what I've spoken about on other episodes. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Say you want to only show up to the gym like 3 times a week for the start, then do 4 weeks of 3 times a week and build it up from there. Get a plan. Like I said, from a PT, they do obviously easy, intermediate, that's right, intermediate and advanced. So obviously the intensity is different in each plan. That'll help you massively, just to help you get off the sofa and give you just idea. It's one less thing to think about if you're anxious about going to the gym. At least you're not also there trying to think of a workout before you go. So that'll help. And obviously, if you're unsure when you're at the gym, if you go to a friendly enough one, people will help you. People will give you pointers. Obviously, there's nice people in all gyms. You just got to find them. But yeah, celebrate everything along the way. It doesn't have to be a big song and dance. Some people used to do it by celebrate a training week by having a cheat day. I don't know, having a deload a week. It's whatever works for you. This is the thing. Training is obviously very individual and specific to certain people, to everyone. It's that most gym communities are a very good community to be a part of. So there's plenty of people around there that can help you. And obviously that first week is going to be the hardest. Once you get past that and you get into a bit of a routine, you're absolutely laughing. You're on your way and you'll feel better. And then it just snowballs from there. Before you know it, a year's gone by and you've done what you want to do, or you feel like you want to feel, and everyone wins. So if you have watched this episode and obviously you've just started off training or you want to get into training, please let me know in the comments what your plans are, how long you've been training for. If you know someone who's going to start training, maybe share this episode with them. Obviously it's not in a lot of detail, but it's some detail, give people some ideas. As I've always said, the comments or DMs are always open for people to ask questions if they want to. Always here to help best I can from just life experience that I've had. So you can do it obviously on YouTube. If you're watching this, it mainly goes out on YouTube. There's Instagram, there's TikTok. I know I've promised this website for the podcast, which is actually coming soon, just finalising last bits. Obviously life with a child time is not as free as it used to be, but we'll get there. Yeah, and one question to leave everyone on, if anyone wants to answer it, is what was your biggest fear before you started your first gym session? So mine was being judged by others for being weaker than them, which is really sad when you say it like that, but that's what it was. And I just wanted to be as big as everyone else. And as when you're 16, you're looking at lads that like my age now, or 35, 40, been training for 20 years. It takes time. So being a 16-year-old with those aspirations isn't a bad thing, but also understanding that you're never going to get that straight away. So don't beat yourself up about it. But yeah, please let me know about what your biggest fear is about, or was about, your first gym session. So yeah, let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.